Hello, welcome to another video. In today's video, it's the truth about the immigration crisis. So first and foremost, we have 50 years of the war on drugs, which every single drug law was written by a racist with racist intent. 1902 was to go after black people and cocaine. 1903 was to go after Asian people and opium. 1933 was to go after Hispanic people and cannabis, okay? Now, we saw with the outline of alcohol, what that did was, and it was only 10 years, that created gangs that lasted into the 1970s and the 1980s. They were still around from those original gangs that were created by the outline of the alcohol. Okay, so then in 1971, the Nixon administration, to go after blacks and liberals, started the war on drugs. Now, the war on drugs has been going for 50 years, tearing a hole in Central America and northern South America. Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela to a lesser extent, but all Mexico and El Salvador and Guatemala, Belize, all the countries in that region have all suffered from this war created by racists with racist intent. And the United States bullied these countries into adopting these drug laws worldwide. So this racist drug war that was created by fascist American President Nixon has torn the world apart, created divisions, created militarized police forces, created the most powerful gangs the world has ever known. Right? And only after 10 years of alcohol prohibition, it took another 50 or 60 years to rid the world of the gangs that created. How long is it going to take? Once this world collectively realizes that the war on drugs is 100% a racist BS thing that is never going to work, and it's just a waste and violent and ugly. Look at the drug scene before the drug war. Now look at the drug scene after the war on drugs. Okay? It's not the drugs, it's the laws. Okay? That's first and foremost what is causing the outsized immigration to the United States. Period. Full stop. Okay? End the war on drugs, and it isn't just going to, like a magic pill, make all these gangs. No. As a matter of fact, the gangs then, if they follow the same path that the alcohol gangs did, was they'll turn to things like kidnapping and extortion. That's why we need to legalize the drugs and at the same time implement massive rehabilitative programs, job programs, and basically just offer all these people a better way of life in one swoop and just solve this issue with intelligence. Okay? That's number one. And then number two, it's the sanctions on Venezuela. Okay? So now Venezuela did something absolutely ridiculous. They had a guy, Hugo Chavez, that tried to coup his way into power. And then their democracy was not strong enough to say, sorry, buddy, you tried to coup your way into power. You can't now try to legitimately, no. You're barred for life from running for the democratically elected position. Right? And we're going to keep our eye on you because you tried to coup us. But no, they let somebody who tried to coup the country go and run for, in Venezuela, whatever. I don't know the history of Venezuela. I know this subject a little bit, okay? And then immediately, the United States tried to coup Hugo Chavez. Now, that right there may have been a worse decision than the Venezuelans letting him run for president in the first place. Because now that locked him into an adversarial competition with the United States. It gave him a reason to crack down on anybody that didn't believe with him. Go with him. It gave him a reason to dismantle the democracy in Venezuela. Okay? And I'm pretty sure their democracy was actually voting. Like, he kept getting elected, and the elections were like just fine, if I remember correctly. Like, the international observers said that it was a democratic election of Hugo Chavez. But he shouldn't even have been allowed to run in the first place, in my opinion, because he tried to coup the government. Okay? That should be a precursor in democracies worldwide, that if someone has tried to coup the government, they should never be allowed to run for government. That just seems like common sense to me. So back to Venezuela, we tried to coup Hugo Chavez. Then he is now our enemy. Not like we're going to work with him and then maybe there's going to be a change in administration and we'll work with them. No, let's try to coup him. Let's just, bully them. And now it's been 20 years of sanctions against that country. And those sanctions are what is causing a huge portion of the immigration crisis. Okay? Now, let's look at who did all that. Okay? It's the same people that did both these things I'm talking about. Okay? You have Bush and Nixon. They're tied together. They're a part of the same team. I've proven this time and time again. Okay? And those are the people that made the decisions that have caused all these immigration problems. Okay? So at what point do we realize when we have these, air quote, Republicans, but they're really fascists, run our government, their policies turn our country into a nightmare decades later, time and time again? I mean, all this immigration problem can be 100% laid on the Republican Party. The Republican Party gets into power, and this is the kind of policies they do, then this is the kind of problems their policies create. And, Republicans love to get into office and undo everything Democrats, or try to undo everything Democrats have done. But Democrats don't seem to do that. And this is a giant failure, because we need to undo these horrific wrongs that are just literally tearing the world apart, creating gangs that is going to take decades to rehabilitate all these people. Okay, so that's the truth about immigration. Peace.
Thank you for watching my video.